you know what? YouTube comments agree with you. I disagree.
Right,
I was
of course
heavy
they
on the
did.
Bruno.
Why?
last night.
How much
'Cause I'm
time are you
logical.
spending reading YouTube comments?
More than
Depends how my
anybody I know.
self-esteem is.
He's searching for the national
We're
treasure.
going to
count.
not have time for this.
I have great news for Nuggets fans. Russell Westbrook joining the team after being kind of routed through Utah, who continued to not sign anybody and maybe trading their best player. So, Westbrook to Denver. Brew, your reaction?
I don't hate it. Look, he's coming off the. If they were to start him, I'd be like, oh my gosh,
No.
what are they doing?
No.
All right, but him coming off the bench and his ego. Now, remember, Nick, when he went to the Lakers, he was still Russell Westbrook. You know,
He
like
was
the
coming off a
all-time
great run
player.
with Washington. Great runs,
But
extreme.
no, he
big
played well.
numbers.
They're averaging triple-double, got him to the
that's what I
playoffs,
meant,
you know.
yeah.
So he was still thinking he's in his superstar phase. Now he clearly understands this is what I am now. I'm winding down my career as a role player. It's just about winning. And so I think he can go to the Nuggets, come off the bench, give them energy. All right, they need
Love
energy.
it.
He can't replace KCP because he can't shoot. And that's what KCP does.
And they needed more shooters.
Yeah, they got to do more. They still need to get somebody that can shoot. But off the bench, bringing energy, I think this is okay.
Just quickly for the bench,
please,
Denver bench in the regular season, which you were classic.
2.
1.5.
Correct. Yeah.
It was a full season.
Yeah,
You know what I
that's
mean?
correct.
30 points off the bench, the Denver's bench, 25th in the league, 44% field goal, 26th in the league. So obviously everything runs through Joker, not a lot of depth, kind of fell apart there. And in the playoffs, that 30 points off the bench went down to 15 points off the bench.
And that, by the way, happens to every team because your starters play more. And I know,
gee
Wilds,
whiz.
yesterday you told me I have to stop asking you questions on the air.
No, you ask me questions, but when I give you answers, you can't be like, no.
Well,
like, Wilds, what's your opinion on this?
All right, well, this might be another one of those things. Russell Westbrook, even dating back to when he was a superstar, what time of year did he struggle the most? Where did he play his worst basketball?
Playoffs.
The playoffs. Good job, Brew. Thank you.
I thought it was going to make 3 p.m.
That's why I really don't understand, nor do I like this for Denver. Denver last year was 29th in the league in three-point volume. And I'm not saying they need to be the Celtics is from three-point volume. This doesn't help that. Russ last year, so we know over the course of the season, he's not going to help your three-point shooting to begin with. Last year with the Clippers, or at any point really in his career post the 2015 playoffs, honestly, if we're going so for a decade, he has struggled massively come the postseason. And that is where, even if he knows I'm not a superstar anymore, I think maybe he wants it so bad or so competitive.
No, but he's had moments, he's had flashes.
But this year in the playoffs, he was awesome in game 1, and then he was their worst player on their team.
But they needed more from him because of the injury.
I get that.
Like,
but
I don't think.
I just don't think Russell Westbrook is wired at any point in his basketball life to just be a role player.
How about this? What was Denver's, besides three-point shooting, intangible? I'll go to the intangibles guy. What was the intangibles thing? I won't ask you, I'll just say it. The intangible thing that Denver needed? A little energy, a little intensity. They would get apathetic. They would watch big leads just fall away, or they would let leads get out of hand and then Joker had to stay in. He couldn't go to the bench, and things got screwed up.
Their
now Russ
star
can go in.
player is a laid-back guy. All right? No, Jokic.
You screaming yesterday.
Yeah, but no, he gets into at times, but I mean, generally he's calm and cool. And I think energy is something they need. Now, and I also think this, Nick, if it's not working.
Yes,
I don't think Michael Malone will go with. Like, they get rid of him.
No,
this won't be the Lakers.
That's fine, but there is an element of we're a year
trial.
removed from winning the title. We're changing things up. We just lost KCP, bringing Russell Westbrook, where I'm like, oh, I've seen that movie, and it ended terribly.
The weird thing is, too, LeBron obviously wanted Russ. Joker really wants Russ.
NBA players like him a lot more than NBA viewers
because you like
do.
energy. Energy is a skill. Jeff Van Gundy said that, and he's right.
This guy.
It's the show that is a little bit excited about Russell Westbrook. I am.
I'm indifferent.
Why are you indifferent? How can you be
Just saying.
your feelings are hurt about Bruce Clippers?
Yeah,
Losing?
probably.
No.
That's probably it. You've probably nailed it. Brew also literally, for all we know, got to work 6 minutes ago. We're not sure.
Well, I
how
got
it's
here
going.
as late as possible, so I didn't have to hear you guys talking about God knows what.
Let's go.
First things first. Let's talk about inventions and ice shapes. Today, well, here's a novel idea. One Cowboys legend says the Cowboys should trade Dak Prescott.
Kind of. We'll discuss.
Okay.
Kind of.
Meanwhile, the new quote that makes us think that Devontae to the Jets still has a heartbeat. Look at Aaron go. Wow. And finally, the most motivational segment in all of sports, the Bud List.
With a new intro?
Yes, a brand new
Wow,
intro.
I'm intrigued.
You know what we're going to do now?
What?
YouTube comments rather than letters.
Oh, okay.
Real ones?
Yes, 100%
Not
real.
ones that you put with your burner account?
I would never have used my burner account
Also,
and put it on the show.
if I may, Brew, we might be able to expand the Bud List soon. We'll explain during the Bud List.
Really?
Yeah, maybe.
Back to 5?
Possibly.
Oh, joy.
Excited.
But we're starting with a concept. Now, in practicality, Dak has a no-trade clause, but the larger story here
Let's
is
just
that-
overlook that.
Yeah,
For the sake of
good story. Larger story is that the Cowboys legend Charles Haley says that Dallas should trade their franchise QB. Take a listen.
I can tell you this. Trade Dak. Just put him up for the trade. Guess what? Every team in the league be after him.
Yeah.
Every team in the league. Dak is a winner. Dak is a great person, a great leader.
I mean, it's actually complimentary.
It is yeah, he's saying they didn't that because they haven't paid him, they don't respect him enough, so just trade him. But go
Yeah.
ahead, sorry.
I wrote react.
Okay, so
You put
this
a lot in that.
I actually man.
Really working hard. Wow.
I think this actually would have been the move. The Cowboys are Wilds hates mimes, injustice, and half measures.
Yeah, not in that
and
order.
right now, the Cowboys are, in my opinion, operating under a half measure with Dak.
They're going to do a mime.
No, they're not miming with Dak. They're where they haven't paid him, but they're still seemingly committed to him.
Yes.
But they are clearly anxious about making him
Yeah.
the highest, or even maybe second highest, but certainly the highest paid player in league history. And if you unwind this to before the draft, would the Pittsburgh Steelers have given you 3 first-round picks for Dak Prescott? I think so. I think that with you look at the Russell Wilson or Deshaun Watson trades as somewhat of precedent. Would the Raiders have given you 3 first-round picks for Dak Prescott? I think so. Would your New England Patriots have given up the 3rd overall pick and something else to have stability at the quarterback position after being out in the wilderness? Maybe the Patriots just wanted a
Want a
full
reset,
reset, but
yeah.
but you understand what I'm saying.
I get it.
And the Cowboys then could have taken care of their other financial business with that draft compensation, gotten a rookie quarterback of their own, or spent this year, whether it's playing Brew's guy Cooper Rush, or yeah, he's your guy. You were flirting with let Cooper keep the job a couple years ago.
Ever.
Check the tape, guys. You were flirting with it, or play Trey Lance, whatever it is, for a year while you figure out if you're going to get on the rookie quarterback wage scale kind of cycle. But they didn't, Brew, even have the opportunity to consider that, because the original sin with Dallas is that first contract extension they gave him, they were afraid to give him. So they waited, and he got a no tag and a no trade, and now they are in this position where even if they are not fully in love with him, they're terrified of losing him for nothing, but they don't hold the ability to just, see what the market is for him. So now they're in this spot. But I think what Charles Haley is saying is actually smart, but the Cowboys didn't have the capability to even engage in those discussions.
Well, and assuming Haley means they should trade him before the season starts, that's not happening. All right, I see very little chance of that happening. In fact, what I think is far more likely is that Jerry caves and gives Dak the contract that he wants. All right. And I have felt all off season that they are saying, you know what? Look at the 49ers. They got Mr. Irrelevant at quarterback. They're stacked everywhere else, and they keep beating us in the playoffs, and they got to the Super Bowl. And I thought they were saying, Dak, go out and get us at least to the NFC title game. And if you do, we'll bring you back. If not, we're going the Niners route. I'm not so sure now that that's what they're doing.
Okay.
I actually think this is just par for the course with Dallas, where they continually, every single negotiation, it seems, they wait too long. Remember when Dak, the talk was, should they give him $26 million a year? Is he worth that? And then they end up giving him 40 because they wait so long. And this, Ezekiel Elliott, it just happens.